Hello, hello. It's our open weekend. Oh, well, it will be in a minute. It's not quite open yet. I think we probably open in about 10 minutes. So, but everything's set up. We're all ready. It's always such a big moment for us, all of this. It takes us like a whole, probably half a year to plan it. We start in January, and now all of a sudden, it's the open weekend. So it's very exciting, a little bit anxious making, but mostly just good fun. And we can't wait to see everyone who's coming. It's such a treat when people come all the way down to Devon to visit us. But we've got an action-packed vlog because we want to show you some of the things that are happening. So chat with some of the teachers and then chat with some of the mill folks and a little peek at the cafe, little whiz round the around the venue as a whole, and then we've got some amazing other vendors here, so there's a lot to get us stuck into. So come with me and I'll give you a little flavour of what happened at the open weekend. So I'm here with Eleanor of Eleanor Jane's studio, and this is the first time we've been lucky enough to have you at the open weekend.
Yes, I've visited several times, but yeah, it's the first time I've had my stand here.
Yeah, and it's beautiful. You've got so many gorgeous illustrations. How long have you been kind of vending, and how did you get into illustrating?
I mean, I've always drawn. It's something that I've done all my life, but when we went into lockdown, I couldn't get the stationery that I wanted to write to my friends, so I started making my own, and it kind of grew from there. I wanted to share it with people, so I started selling it.
That's really nice. And having that like tailored stationery, it just makes it feel more special, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I love having something that's just a little bit different.
100%. This is so cute.
Oh, thank you.
Little cards. They're beautiful. So obviously for folks watching at home, you might not have been able to come to the in-person one. So if you let people know where they can find you as well.
Yes, I have a website which is just eleanorjanestudio.co.uk. I'm on Instagram, it's Eleanor Jane Studio.
Yeah. And they are beautiful. I bought one of these earlier. I managed to beat all the customers. That's one of the perks of putting on the event, is it means that we get to look at all the stalls first.
Great, I love looking around the stalls first.
But it's gorgeous.
Thank you.
It's such a lovely print. And actually, we love your work so much that you're doing some things for the annual as well.
So exciting. I'm having such a great time doing it.
Definitely. So sneaky peek about the next annual, but no, it's been a treat.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Not at all. I hope you've had a nice time.
Oh, it's been lovely. I love meeting people and talking to people about stationery and painting and all sorts of arty things.
Yeah, it definitely always feels like a weekend of like-minded folks, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It's just chatting all the time.
I know. Oh, well, cheers, Eleanor.
Thank you.
So here is the actual one that you designed.
You guys made this.
Something real that you can touch.
I know. It's so special having it be like something that everyone at home has helped us make. It's such a nice idea. I don't know why we haven't done it before.
It's usually because we want to make the colours.
That's true.
Or we're already fighting amongst all of the mill folk who want to make the colours and then trying to narrow it down.
It is one of the best bits of the whole job. So you guys are very lucky that we've let you do it.
Yes. We did have a little bit of help. We had an intern this year called Imogen who did help. So she did quite a lot of the blending based on what came back from you guys in the surveys. So we sort of gave it to her and went, they want these colours.
Yeah.
And she did a really good job.
Oh, it was amazing. Yeah, so the way that you folks helped us design them, if anyone's jumping on a little later, is it was a series of surveys. So we originally started back in January, and that was like, tell us what colours you like. Do you want heathered ones? Do you want bright ones? Do you want more muted ones? And then it was also like which actual colours. No surprises as to which colours won. It was blues and greens.
Blue-greens.
Who doesn't love a blue and a green? So then we took that info.
We started with, they chose which fibres went into it.
Fibres.
And we made up
the natural.
The natural. So it's got Corriedale is the main thing.
Yeah.
And then some of the grey Exmoor blue face to give it that little bit of colour, and then just a tiny bit of Romney, which has given it like the really nice sort of lustery sort of vibe.
Lustrous, isn't it?
Don't know how much you can tell, but it does have a little bit of it to that.
It's warm and lustrous.
Yeah, it's very soft, very fluffy, but also has a lot of lustre.
It just feels like it's got a lot of quite a lot of gentle sort of soul to it. It feels like a really nice yarn for sure. So then in the second survey, you actually picked the colour palettes. So we created a couple different colour palettes, and then you picked which one you liked, and then suggested some theme names, and then picked the themes.
Yep.
And
we did it so you picked a colour palette, and then we put a few extra ones just so there was a chance to get one extra colour in. So I think the navy got added at that point.
Yeah, the navy was a late addition. But who doesn't love a navy? I feel like I need to make a jumper in the navy, because actually it's a really heathered navy. And at the moment I've got a jumper, but it's in a really solid navy. So this would be a completely different shade.
Of the same colour, but yes. But yes, should we, what are the colours we've got?
This one is really calling to me as well, actually.
Yes, this one looks a lot like Reggie in the Naturals.
Yeah,
it's sort of that like, or Mizzle in Exmoor sock. Yeah, very slight coloured to it, but yeah.
That lovely silver.
And then this one that you're wearing, this is Carnelian, which is sort of a pinky rusty with a bit of green in it.
So there's the top.
So yeah, it's got some sort of browny colour and some orange and red and a bit of green in there.
That's probably the most unusual shade, I would say, isn't it?
But it looks really nice. It's it's a very good sort of neutral colour.
And then the other warm kind of toned one is Bog Oak, which is another nice brown.
Which again is every colour.
Yeah.
So you can see that there's quite a lot of heathering in that because there's so many different colours have gone into it. So you can actually see all of those if you look really closely.
And that's a really kind of lovely, gentle. It's more of a kind of grey than a brown even, maybe. It's quite like
it's very
warm
similar
grey.
to last year's Dark Star, but again, it's a bit like the navy you were saying, it's like a different tone to it. So yeah, it's a lot more of a sort of a cooler tone than the Dark Star, which was very kind of rich, chocolatey colour.
Beautiful. And then the other dark colour we've got is the navy, which we've already shown folks.
Which is called Blue Slate. Yeah. And then its friend is this lovely one here called Azurite Adventure, which is a nice bright blue.
Let's find the tops for that. There it is.
Which is a little reminiscent of like woad in the harvest shoes, but it's got a lot more colours going on in there. As you can see, it's got bits of green and sort of stuff in there as well. So that one's really fun.
It's lovely, that colour. I think that might be the most popular.
And then the greenies. So we've got a teal because we know everybody loves a teal. And this is a very sort of true teal.
It is.
And this one is Malachite Magic. Yeah, it's really nice. But yeah, sort of green with a bit of turquoise to go with this one. But yeah, makes a really nice colour.
And then
Last but not least,
last, but definitely not least, because it seems to be one of our most popular shades.
yes, moss agate.
Can't beat a nice kind of sweet, kind of mossy green shade. We always have one of those.
You almost called the other one Mossy Bog a minute ago, because Mossy Bog is what Spicy Pippin was originally called when Katie Green designed it.
That's some.
Is that 2020?
2020 maybe.
2020. Who knows? Many, many moons ago.
That's some open
2020.
weekend. That's a deep cut open weekend.
First
special
virtual,
there.
in fact,
Yeah.
because we weren't allowed to have a real.
2020.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if that was your kind of vibe, this one is probably also quite your vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll just show you what all of those look like all together as well, so you can get a sense of how they all look together. And it is that you've picked such a lovely palette. And it's hard to believe that navy wasn't there originally, really, because
They all go very
slots in
well.
so happily.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But yeah, so that is all of the colours.
And well done for picking. I have to confess, though, there was one colour palette out of the 6 that I personally preferred, but it wasn't down to me.
No?
There was one with lots of purples in it.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know.
There were lots of different ones. There was like a really bright
You
one.
wanted the one with the really bright orange and the really bright turquoise, didn't you?
Yeah, so there was a couple of there was like a bright one and then like a toned down version of it. And then you wanted the one with all the purples in. And then I think Rebecca and Donna both wanted the one that was like all green.
Yeah. Yeah, all green with one red.
Yeah. But yes, I think this is a much more balanced one.
Yes.
So hopefully there's a colour here that takes your fancy.
You've chosen well. You've definitely chosen well. They're beautiful together. Good work, folks at home. So if you're feeling inspired by all the mineralogy chat, but you have no idea which shade or what the shades look like, really, I know it's always really hard to tell on a computer screen or on a phone screen, you're in luck because we've got one of these. So we've made a shade card just for the mineralogy, and it's already up on the website, so you'll be able to kind of head over to the website, get one ordered, and then it means that you've got a bit of time to kind of ponder your projects, see if you're doing a kind of 2, 3, 4 colour thing, what they all look like together. But it's such a beautiful palette that you've all picked, and they tone so nicely together. But yeah, so if you fancy making this cowl or something else that's multiple colours, I definitely recommend just heading over to our website and picking up a shade card. Weekend so far.
I've had a lovely weekend. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's been really good.
It has been.
It has,
good.
yeah.
It's always so much build up to it, isn't it?
So a lot of preparation.
And there's a little bit of anxiety beforehand.
But it all came together, didn't it?
It's been gorgeous. Yeah, it's been
really
gorgeous.
Nice. We've seen lots of lovely people, haven't we?
Definitely.
Really good.
Definitely.
Yeah, very nice. And mineralogy's been really popular.
Yeah, no, it has.
Yeah. And thank you everyone for helping us make it. It's been
really good. Yeah, it's been really fun.
Honorary millfolk.
Yeah. Definitely, but it's always nice seeing what other stuff people buy.
Oh, definitely.
I feel like Appledore has been getting so much love today as well, which is nice.
Appledore's lovely.
Yeah.
I really love Appledore.
and some folks bought some really amazing colour combos of Harvest Hues, Harvest Fuses. I need to make something in Harvest Hues. That's my next thing.
Nice,
I haven't used it yet.
Lots of lovely jewel colours in Harvest Hues.
You just used it for that vest of yours.
My vest, and I'm finally knitting rust.
Are you? Oh, you told me yesterday.
That was supposed to be my Wonderwall project.
Next year's Wonderwall?
Maybe Yarndale. Maybe
Yarndale.
Yeah, that's my target. Anyway, yes, I'm using the very beautiful Borage, which is a really nice sort of subtle denim colour. It's lovely. I really
it is
like
gorgeous, that shade. Aww.
Yeah.
But it's been cute in Yarnland. Everyone's just, you're always so helpful.
Oh, thank
I
you.
know half the time I'm like, I don't actually know the answer to this anymore. So go ask Donna.
It's lovely because we have some very regular customers that come every year. It's always lovely to see the same faces.
Yeah.
And lots of new ones as well, which is really good.
For sure. I think we've had a couple folks from the US this year.
Yeah, which is amazing.
It is. And then people from France. I think there was someone from Spain. It's like...
It's good.
It's becoming a bit cosmopolitan in its own special little way. It's all very exciting for South Malton. It doesn't happen very often,
Depths
does it?
of Devon.
I know. People are being very brave, braving our roads,
They're
aren't
intrepid,
they?
aren't they, really? Get here.
Oh, well, we've got one more day left and then all the fun's over.
But no, it's been great.
It has.
I hope everyone's enjoyed coming along to see us.
Yeah,
It's been fantastic.
definitely.
Thank you.
So we're here in the Mayor's Parlour in South Malton Town Hall, which is where all of the in-person classes are taught. So they get to choose from their lovely throne, sitting at this lovely table.
It's such a fancy room, isn't it? There's like actual gold leaf everywhere. It's a real kind of spectacular setting for a bit of learning.
We have special permission to use this room, but they let us and we behave as best we can.
Well, hopefully. We do our best, like you said. Yeah, and this weekend we've had Becks doing some spinning classes.
Yeah, 2 different spinning classes. And then Amanda Jones has done one on all you need to know about sock construction, and another one on how to fit a sweater to your own measurements. So
also very useful. So I think they've gone really well, all the classes. And it is funny watching people's faces when they walk into this room. They're always like, ooh.
Yes, you're not in a conference room, you're in this lovely parlour.
I mean, it's grander than my parlour at home, I have to say, else.
Yes, it does feel like we're in a National Trust property here.
We are literally in a National Trust property. It's beautiful, a lovely room. But we also, for those of you who can't come to visit us in South Malton, we've got some classes coming up at our virtual.
On Zoom, sadly not with such a beautiful setting, but...
It depends on where people live, you never know.
Yeah, it means you don't have to leave your own house, which is always a bonus.
So if you happen to live in a palace, then
maybe it's fancier than this. Who knows?
3 glass chandeliers rather than just the one.
That's it. So we've got some classes. So we've got Amanda Hannaford is doing a beginner drop spindle. So which is a class she's done in person here before, and this time she's doing it virtually. But
that'll be fab because I know spinning can be one of those things that seems a bit intimidating to get into. Like with knitting, there's tons of tutorials. And a lot of people kind of learn to knit when they're younger and then revisit it. So it just feels a bit more accessible. Whereas spinning, I know when I was starting to spin, I was like, what is this? It's much more helpful, I think, having like a tutorial and really seeing. Because even getting the leader on,
it's quite relaxing to watch as well. So just drop spindles in particular, it's really nice to just watch them spin. So
and Amanda is such a pro. I mean, she just kind of, she just spins while she walks a lot of the time. So I know that she like goes for a walk basically every day and then just takes the drop spindle with her and is...
Yep, very portable, that's what they're for.
Yeah, definitely.
We've also got Becks, who is the artist who has done all the lino cut art that's on our yarn labels and on the notebook that we've got specially for this year's Mineralogy's little ammonites and things on it. She's going to tell us all about her lino cut process, which should be really interesting.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, we've not had an artist one for a little while, so that's always fun.
And we've been working with Becca for like quite a while now.
A couple of years, bit by bit, as she's done each one, because we've only done like 1 or 2 designs at a time, because obviously we're all busy. But we've got them all just about now.
Yeah.
On to the last one for our next yarn.
Our new yarn. She's just doing that one at the moment. She's doing, it's such a fun brief that. So sea monsters. Who wouldn't have fun with lino cut of a sea monster?
Yep.
I think she does have the best job. She does like all sorts of like nature things. So it'll be lovely to poke around her studio.
Another person whose studio we get to poke around is Rachel from Cat and Sparrow, who does lots of dyeing, and we have some of her stuff up on the website. She's going to do dyeing fibre versus dyeing yarn, because they're really different. Like if you're doing dyeing stuff, it's really difficult to do the fibre sometimes, but she's really good at it. So she'll be sort of showing you what the differences are for anyone who wants to have a go or is just really interested in how you get the different effects. So it should be fun.
Definitely. And Rachel's fiber's lovely. I feel like I definitely bought some this year at Wonderwool. And then I think I bought some a couple years before as well. But I bought some, she dyes on quite a lot of our bases. So I bought some Devonia back off her at this year's Wonderwool.
Always a danger.
I know, it's going to be socks. I can't wait.
Who else have we got?
Then we've also got lovely Meju. And so we've got, she has just launched a new book, which is called Entwined. And Meju Kalino, she always has these amazing designs which are like all over texture. So like lots of cables or lace. Lots of really nice, like very intricate stitch patterns. I think she makes her own stitch patterns up sometimes as well. So that'll be her design process, but then also what it's like making a book, which I imagine will be hard work.
Traumatic, I think is the answer, We've also got, is it Anna Huseman?
Yes.
Who's going to teach us a little bit about intarsia, which is her specialty. She's done lots of really nice patterns in our yarns, in her intarsia things, in her book. And
she also has a new book.
One in, was it Annual 3?
Yes.
She did one. But
she did,
She's going to be telling us all sorts of tips and tricks on how to make intarsia a little bit less scary. Because I know a lot of people are just like, what do you mean I have to have like 4 or 5 different colours on the go?
But it's so effective. I think it's one of those techniques that like folks did a lot back in the day.
It's very 80s.
Exactly. and then it like really went away for a while, and now I think it's like really having a resurgence. And it can be so effective. Like Anna's patterns are so beautiful and they're so modern feeling, like there's nothing 80s about
abstract, them. But not in the like 80s abstract strange blobs of fluffy things on jumpers. It's much more like, that's like quite a modern, like you'd expect to see that in an art museum or in someone's kitchen patterns sort of thing. It's sort of very
definitely. So that'll be great. And she's doing an actual demo as well, I think. So if you have tried intarsia before and felt bedeviled by it, come along to that.
And then the only other things is stuff with us, I'm afraid. The boring bits, you don't want to hear about that.
Just the same old, just us banging on a bit more about wool, really.
Yeah, so it'll be us in the mill, giving you sort of a little bit of a peek into what's going on there and showing you all of these beautiful things that we've got for sale. All the mineralogy things.
And we could maybe give people a little seafarer peek or something as well.
All sorts of fun things.
We can see. I think some of it we'll do as like a Q&A. So bring along your questions for us. Like, what's your favourite ice cream flavour? rum and raisin.
Really relevant to and then we've also got the virtual show and tell. So if you've got anything you want to show off, or you just want to see what everyone else is showing off and get some inspiration, you can come along to that one as well.
And that's such a nice, it's often like one of the quieter sessions, but it's one of my absolute favourites because we get to just kind of put our feet up and just see all of the amazing stuff that all of you at home have been making with our yarn and tops.
And play guess the colourway.
Yes.
It's like, I recognise that, what is it?
Exactly. Or sometimes, because quite a lot, we also have like a monthly craft and natter as well. So that's lovely because quite a lot of folks are really amazing spinners. So it'll be like, I'll see it as tops and then I'll see it as yarn. And then maybe like a year later, it'll come back as yarn and get turned into something. It's like, oh, I remember when you span that.
Nice.
So yeah, the virtual will be lovely, and all the sessions are free, like Hel said. They're all just on Zoom, and then in the fullness of time, they'll end up on our YouTube channel as well. So it'll be good fun. And all of the tickets, if you'd like to book a ticket, just head over to our website and you'll find there's a little book tab for virtual open weekend stuff, and you can just follow all the links.
Hello!
I found you, Laura.
Yay, I was in the tops.
We were hiding in the tops.
That's what I do of a weekend.
It's a bit busy sometimes.
At least one weekend in June, I hide in the tops.
It's quite nice from time to time to just sort of have a little moment.
A little bit of a squish and a smell.
They do. I mean, they feel gorgeous as well.
Yeah, it's a really nice blend that our lovely honorary millfolk have made.
It's gorgeous, isn't it? It's like proper squishy. Squishy. The word wasn't coming.
It's yummy.
Yeah.
Soft and yummy and lovely.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Should we tell them what we've made?
Yeah, definitely. Please. We've already chatted yarn. So if we just talk about the tops a little bit.
So the tops are better.
Because you can hide in them. You need a lot of yarn to hide in the yarn, wouldn't you?
I'm biased towards the tops because I like them.
You make them as well. You make these. So you make a lot of the top specials.
Yes, I love doing it because these are colours that have like never been made before, and seeing them for the first time on the gill box, seeing the colour created, it's literally like magic. This has never happened before, and particularly when it's new colours, it's always really exciting.
Definitely.
I'm always the first person who gets to squish it and go, oh, this is what it looks like.
Yeah, because it looks so different from the little twiddles that we blend up to the actual tops. Yeah. And I think you've decided to blend these ones a little bit less than they sometimes are, haven't you?
So in the tops, they're a bit stripier, so you can see those individual elements, particularly like the grey Exmoor blue face and the Romney, which are grey and white, respectively. Yeah. You can see them, and then the Corriedale is all the colour in them, apart from Alabaster, which is the white Corriedale.
Yeah, got to have a neutral. It's a beautiful neutral, though, isn't it? It's really silvery. Oh, have you lost your end?
It's about to throw itself at me. Yeah, and like the grey looks really dominant in the top, but it actually is quite subtle once it's spun up. Yeah. So that's really nice.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And then you're wearing some of the colours. It's this one here, the navy.
Blue slate.
And then this.
And malachite magic.
Which is funny because this looks so different to what's in your cowl.
Yeah.
But it's that blending.
But the green and the turquoise really sort of blend together to make a new colour
in between.
Yeah.
And it's really pretty. I think they go really nicely together, don't they?
This. Yeah, they're beautiful
And obviously, like,
together.
a navy is great. I always love a navy. Yeah.
It just goes with it's so wearable,
Yeah.
navy. Definitely.
But like, they're also exciting, like carnelian.
I mean, this you would
I
not
know,
think
look.
that, like, that's magic, isn't it? You know?
Because this is like orange and green and red, and like, who decided to put green in there? It's bonkers, but like, it does a really nice thing.
Yeah,
and
it
you've got this
fades
really
down
like
beautifully.
lovely tonal thing going on. I love this jumper. It's really pretty.
I think that the other thing that's fun for spinners as well is then, because this is why we decided to make them a bit stripier, because then you can decide how blended or not blended you want to go with it, can't you?
So you could just spin straight off the top. And then you get a nice even colour, or you can split out these colours, or split it vertically, whatever, from the fold. Oh my goodness, so many options.
It's all the possibilities.
So it'll be really exciting to see what our spinners do with this when they get it home, and they'll create, we've created a even yarn, but they might create new colours. You might do some fun art yarn stuff with it, make the one of the colours pop out. It's really exciting.
I also, because these three are so similar in tone, I think you could like do a little fun fade if you were spinning as well, and make your own self-striping yarn or your own little gradient yarn. I think that would be a really fun thing to do as well.
Nice.
You could even add in this lovely
the
mossy
crazy
one up
green
at
one.
the top there. Oh,
Yeah, these two up at the top are also Mineralogy. Again, they're just so exciting, aren't they?
all the potential. It's a joy.
It is, and like these cans are brimmed to the top with their tops, so it's really lovely to come and really give it a squeeze, and people love just touching it, don't they? And it's in the sunshine.
Ta-da.
At the moment.
I know we've got
a bit
skylights.
of a rainy weekend, but
So
at the moment
comes
it's
and
sunny.
goes.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for chatting
That's all
with
right,
all the
pleasure.
folks at home. And I'm sure the folks at home will join me in saying thank you for making it.
That's all right. Thanks for designing it and coming up with this lovely range.
It's been such a fun thing. We'll have to do it again with them.
We couldn't have done it
sometime.
without everyone choosing them. It was, it was a different experience to us just sitting in the office going, should we do this? Yeah, all right.
You make it sound so romantic, Laura. Shall we say goodbye?
Yeah.
Are we going to hide in the tops again?
Bye!
So we're here in the courtroom.
We are. This is my domain.
It is. You have spent a lot of time.
I have spent quite a lot
in this room. Because this is where all the
I'm not
talks
a judge.
happen. Are you not a judge?
I think we should make this clear. I'm not a judge.
You are like kind of the spinning judge, so I do think of you as like.
Makes me sound
the
like
hand
no, you did this
spinning
wrong.
judge.
Out, down with you. Order in court.
No, you're a
judge.
very, you're an encouraging teacher, is what you are.
Thank you.
And that's what you've been
That's what I
doing
go
for
for.
us this weekend.
Yes. Yeah. Enjoying teaching people, teaching some complete newcomers to spinning, which is really cool. Always love doing that.
Yeah.
And then working with some other spinners on improving the range of different yarns that they could spin.
Yeah.
You always when people start spinning, you always try and you start quite chunky and you try and go finer and finer and finer. And then you realise that you can't go back to spinning
That's what's happened to me. That's so what's happened to me.
So yeah, there was a lot of discussing different ways to kind of both set your wheel so that it helps you, but also some ways to kind of trick your brain a little bit into allowing you to spin thicker again.
Yeah, or just like a reliably consistent spin.
Yeah.
That's the other thing that I always like start. And then I get a bit overexcited and I start pedaling too fast and it's like, oh no, it's lace weight now, make it thicker again.
Yeah, that can definitely be an issue as well.
Yeah, I need to go in the class. That's the trouble with, I
know.
could never have time to go in any of the workshops. But
No.
I had some folks say that they absolutely loved yours as well,
Good.
both of them.
Good.
So good feedback.
Yay.
Well done.
That's what we aim for.
Definitely. But that's not the reason you're in this room.
No.
So why don't you tell folks why you've been in here?
So I am frequently in here because for the last, 3 years?
Yeah, this is year number 4.
Is this year number 4?
Oh, isn't that scary?
That is quite scary.
Yeah.
I film all of the talks that we do because the talks are held in this really fantastic room. I think all of this is kind of original 18th
Oh, it definitely
century.
is. Yeah.
It's amazing. So I love sitting here, and there's lots of nice little details. Like we have little folding desks that kind of flip up. It's all very
And
very
you've
cute.
got a footrest.
I
down
do. I
there.
have a footrest. It's all very fancy. But yeah, I sit here and I film the talks that are going on so that folks at home who weren't able to make it to the physical in-person open weekend can see all the talks.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is cool.
Definitely. Becks also films the open weekend vlogs, which is why the open weekend vlogs are a slightly higher production value than the normal vlogs. So we are eternally grateful for your understanding of how a gimbal works, Becks. What a gimbal even is, and then also how it works.
Yeah, it's really fun though. It's just it's very hectic, especially this year because there were 2 classes and I had all of the talks to film and the vlogs and all of the little bits of footage that we like to do during the weekend. So there's quite a lot.
Yeah.
Occasionally somebody puts a plate of food under my nose and says, eat.
It does get a bit like that. I think there actually aren't all that many of us mill folk. So then, when we have big things going on, it's a big thing.
Everybody gets stuck in.
Yeah, but also it's lovely and, we only do it once in a blue moon.
Exactly,
so,
yeah.
And you definitely get out more love than you put in.
Yeah.
So it's well worth
100%.
it. It's well worth it. But no, thank you for all the filming.
Very welcome.
It's a treat. I would not have any idea how to go about any of it.
We did some other filming last year.
We did, definitely. And that is like, I think it's one of the most amazing things. I was just like, it's incredible the way you've like put all of that together.
This was the virtual mill tour. Because there were multiple virtual mill tours previously, and we wanted to do the virtual mill tour to end all virtual mill tours.
Yeah, it's the definitive. This
the
is how we
director's
spin
cut version.
Yeah, we could do like a kind of Ridley Scott like redux, couldn't we? Or like
24-hour version.
Add in some deleted scenes.
I have to say, by the end of editing that video, I felt like I had actually produced the director's cut version.
Yeah.
There was a lot of footage. But it's so pretty. All the machines at the mill are just so technically fascinating to me, but also just they look beautiful. And there's so many shots in there that I just went, I really want to get this shot.
They've got such personality, don't they?
Exactly. And you really want to capture that.
Definitely. And that you do see when you go on a mill tour, but also when they're on a mill tour, the machines don't get run quite so much for health and safety reasons. So it's really nice, even if you have been on a mill tour, to watch that video, because you really get a sense of what it's like when the fibre is actually flowing through all the machines. So we'll pop a link to that in our YouTube in this video, but also it's just on our YouTube channel. So you can just look up the virtual mill tour, and it really is, we made really sure to keep it under half an hour, but it's really comprehensive, and it's
and you get to try to allow you to hear the sounds of the mill as well, because there's some really pleasing sounds that come along, like the little click clack that Gillian makes when she's moving from one side to the other.
Which is a noise that's very rarely heard, because usually all the other machines drown her out, like especially Boyd, who does the folding. He's the loudest machine in the mill, and he's right next to Gillian. So it's really rare that you hear that from Gillian, but it is a lovely noise.
Yeah, thoroughly enjoyed capturing all of that.
Definitely. Oh, and we've probably got a talk in a minute, so I guess we should get on with it and let folks in. Yeah. They're clamouring at the door. It is a bit like that this weekend. You sit down for too long and it's like, oh, I'm sure I should be doing something.
Something important happening.
Yeah.
Let's get those doors open.
Let's let people in. Well, we hope you've enjoyed having a little look around at this year's open weekend. I know we've definitely had a lovely time.
Yes, we're going to go put our feet up now.
Yeah, definitely. Time to put our feet up. We were just discussing before we started filming, we were discussing what kind of takeaway we were going to have. So,
what are the options?
I think it's either Chinese or chips, but
pretty much.
Chinese today.
But yes, hope you will come and join us in a couple of weeks for some more of the excitement.
Definitely. So this is just a little glimpse of what happened at the in-person open weekend, but we've got our virtual one coming up very soon. So do sign up to some of those classes, and we hope you like the look of how mineralogy turned out, because you guys helped us make it.
Yep.
And yeah, it's just been a blast. And if you feel like you might want to come to an in-person open weekend, they happen every year. You know,
around this time.
It's always kind of around June, early June. So start kind of pondering on it now, persuading whoever in your life you need to persuade. Devon is a lovely bit of the world to come on holiday to as well. So it's definitely a good time.
We're both off on holiday now, between now and virtual, so.
Yeah, we are.
You're only going to Devon too.
That is actually true, yeah. I'm literally on holiday in Devon.
You're going to this beautiful part of the world on holiday that you live in.
I am literally I like to keep it simple sometimes, you know. Go on holiday to Devon. I will be in a field camping though, so it's slightly different. You know, sometimes it's just nice to appreciate the things on your doorstep and to not stress too much about the holiday. You're going somewhere more exotic.
Welsh borders, so we won't know which country I'm in at any point. I'll either be in Wales or England, and I will not know which, but that's fine. It's nice there too.
We're both going on such exotic holidays.
We don't go very far. It's too much faff to get from Devon to the rest of the world.
I mean, when it's as beautiful where you live, then also, you know, it's fine. Anyway, we're just whittering on, so we will love you and leave you. But thank you so much for watching the vlog. And yeah, we hope you've enjoyed this little taste of what we've been up to this weekend. Bye.
Bye.